Well, I'm excited for the people that went to Diamond Club and made it there. So I want to really shout out Amy for re-ranking this month, Diamond, and working really hard and starting school and just all the things that you're doing, Amy. I just see you working your butt off over there, and I'm really, really proud of you and excited for you. And God bless you. I don't know who's sneezing.
Michelle, I'm going to mute everyone and then you can unmute yourself.
Okay. Thanks, Christina. Yeah, I just want to shout out Heather and Kim and Amy and myself for doing the Million Mom Movement Lunch and Learn. That was a really big deal for all of us, our businesses and what we're doing. And I just want to thank everybody for showing up so solidly for that. Everybody on my team just had growth in their business. So I'm just excited for what's to come. Thanks, everyone.
It's popcorn style. So if anybody else would love to come off mute and shout out yourself or a teammate or multiple teammates for achievements of any kind this past month of May, let's do it.
I want to shout out Camille real quick and her team, Rebecca and Kelly and Jill and quite a few others on our team. We had 1 hour left in the month last night and we needed 2,500 points to get Camille to re-rank Diamond, and it happened. So I'm going to shout everyone out because that was it was just kind of like, well, let's do this. And it happened. So way to come together, team. That's the power of the support system that we have here and just making a decision and making it happen even when it seems impossible. So major congrats.
Hi, can I shout out my wonderful brand partner, Michelle Rowland. She didn't make director, but she was very close. But I'm just so passionate by her continuous commitment and her enthusiasm. And I had a sudden emergency and was off the charts in New Hampshire, and she was still striving. And I'm just grateful for her on my team, definitely. And Bob too, shout out to Bob. Thanks, Bob.
I want to shout out one more person that I'm realizing is here is Sean. I want to shout him out because he had such a profound transformation and just decided that he wanted to learn everything he could about his health and his body and became a brand partner and is showing up and is here at this meeting. So welcome. And I want to congratulate you for saying yes.
Hi, it's nice to meet everybody. Also, I'd like to shout out Michelle for really helping me. I had some very serious health problems early on with mold, and I don't know where I'd be if I would not have found her to really help me through everything. So just really appreciate her helping me get back to normal, and glad that now I'm in a position where I can continue to learn and just get better with everything. So thank you, and I'm happy to be here.
Yay. I'm so proud of everyone and thanks for being here. And I also wanted to shout out a few people. Julie hit director last night and it was like down to the last minute and just like completely pulled together so much magic and put herself out there. So I wanted to shout her out. Shannon also hit director and hit the 6 UBT. So she got the bonus and matching bonus for that, which is amazing. And these women just showed up all month long and were so dedicated and committed to putting themselves out there and getting uncomfortable and making it happen. And Linda also hit director last month for the first time. So I want to shout her out as well, and just the amazing teamwork and heart and consistency that she has. She like puts her whole heart into this. So I just wanted to give a few shout outs there. And then also Ilsa, she keeps hitting 3K Club and has just been so consistent and was incredibly close to executive and helped her first fast start director. So amazing work there. And Heidi is getting really close to diamond and just has been incredibly consistent and showing up nonstop for her team and for this vision and her works and herself. So just wanted to throw those out there, and everyone else on the team that just rallied and showed up last minute, supporting like Lindsay and so many people from her team just showing up for each other. So I'm excited for this month and really excited for all this momentum and all the goals moving forward. So thanks everybody. And yeah, so many more people I want to shout out, but I'll let y'all dive in there.
Well, I will do some shout outs. I want to shout out Erica for re-ranking and making a new director. Hopefully you're going to pop on to celebrate your new director. And I want to shout out a couple of people who weren't able to make this call, but will be catching the replay. Audria hitting solid 4K club and almost like a breath away from re-ranking executive. So just keeping that solid foundation on our way to diamond. And Angelique, who hit director last month. And again, just a breath away from re-ranking director. And yeah, the mic is open for any other shout outs before we move on.
Well, Jen, do you want to shout out your person?
Go ahead, Erica.
Hi, everyone. I do want to shout out, I'm super proud of Terry Ford, who's with us on the call and ranked director for the first time yesterday. And Terry, I just want to say it's been amazing to watch you growing over many moons here and finding your voice and nurturing those relationships. And I know you brought in several new brand partners last month and really showed up strong and have consistency and belief built in this that's helped you to create this achievement. And I just see you moving to so many levels beyond here. And I want to just shout you out. Thanks for all your amazing work and dedication, and love and appreciate you, Terry.
Hey, Terry.
Hi, everybody. Woo, that was such a great month. I'm just still so excited after Diamond Club, and I miss all of your cute faces, the ones that I got to see in person. But yeah, I have a couple, well, one really big shout out. I think she's on here, Brittany. Brittany Kinsey is just on fire. She double ranked to fast start executive. And she got her bonus at hitting 6 UBTs. So she got an extra bonus, and she has her mom on as a duo, and she got 7 UBTs, and they're just like duplicating and on fire. So I'm so happy for them. And then Dietra re-ranked to green diamond, almost 4K club. Katie re-ranked diamond. She's at 6K club. Go Katie, holy cow. And then Becca was almost a diamond and at 5K club. And then I have so many others that re-ranked, and I'm just so thankful. I love this team so much. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. Any last shout outs? And then we're going to move on.
Hey, I wasn't able to come on camera earlier, but just wanted to shout out a couple people. First of all, I want to shout out Mary Beth. Like, she is such a servant leader, and she always has her team's back. And so I just love you so much, Mary Beth, and I thank you for all you do. And Rita, shout out to you too for all of your support. Wanted to give a big shout out to Rebecca. I don't know if she's on, but she's just such a powerhouse. And I think I think she hit 7K club, which is pretty standard for her, re-ranked executive, and is just a boss. So I'm just so thankful for this group of powerful women. And new brand partner too, she's Kelly. I don't think she's on the call, but she hit Fast Start Consultant. She was about 350 points away from director, as well as hit 1K club, all with not knowing what was going on, like the ignorance is bliss thing. So it was really fun. So thanks everybody. Love you guys.
I want to shout out Christy. Just your heart, your dedication, your determination, your consistency. She flew past executive with ease, all while just, we talk a lot about the inner work is so important and just being mindful of, filling her cup so she can pour out. And so I'm so thankful for you, Christy. And Heather, I don't know if she's on here. I didn't see her, but she re-ranked director gracefully and is always showing up consistent. And I'm so blessed to get to hold this space with such generous, loving people. And so to all of you here, I'm thankful for all of you as well.
I just want a quick shout out Jen, who re-ranked Black Diamond with ease and was like 88% to red. So getting so close. I'm so proud of you and your team, and you're going crown very, very soon. And we just had so many people were an integral part of that, right? Like everybody on our team, and Carrie's really, I just want to shout out Carrie for really digging in and continuously enrolling new partners. Like, you amaze me to how much you prospect and how much you connect with people, and you just signed on or are signing on 2 powerhouses right now. So I'm just really proud of you, and I can't wait to celebrate you as Red Diamond and then crown soon.
Yay. And I got to shout out you, Carrie, Drink Wine as well. And just your amazing, everything that you do to show up for your team and your beautiful team. So, and you were, almost at 10K club and 53 active enrollee and really close to 2-star. So, and way to re-rank in that crown as well. So really proud of you. And even just like with rolling out your school and all that you've been doing, having that consistency and showing up for your team and your leaders and developing such incredible leaders. So love you all.
Amazing. So such a key piece of our culture is to do these celebrations and just seal in everything that we're achieving. And if we're witnessing other people, we have that invitation to take it as inspiration, to say, if they can do it, I can do it. Look what other people are doing with this. It's possible. All those pathways are being opened up, and I can also step into it. And if any of us are working with old wounds of jealousy or insecurity or lack of worthiness, when we hear other people being celebrated, it's an invitation to work through that, because it's a choice, right? And I certainly have experienced that myself in this business, that I've been able to grow from old patterns of watching other people be lifted up and shrinking into, yes, I'm going to adopt that. I'm going to borrow that belief. I'm going to say, if they can do it, I can do it, and let it propel me forward. And that is such a happier place to be living, and so much more powerful. So that is the power of this collective. And so I want to thank everybody for taking the time to be here today, because you could be anywhere else, and we're choosing. And if you're on the replay, same thing, we're choosing to activate the beginning of our month together and to use this collective to fuel each other. So I'm going to start here, and we're going to hear from each of the crown leaders here with our why, which is my favorite part of this business. And it is the seed, it's the kernel of everything. So I invite you to just get into a very relaxed place, an open-minded place, an open-hearted place, and imagine that, and probably nobody here does this, but just imagine for a moment that you got a lottery ticket. Maybe somebody sent it to you as a present and you just got the message that you won. Now, the first lottery ticket, the first message you get is that you just got $1,000. You just won free $1,000. And let's just imagine that they don't put taxes on it. So you're just being handed $1,000 out of the blue unexpectedly. So close your eyes if that helps you imagine, but just imagine, what would you do with it right now? If you got handed $1,000 right now, how would that impact your life? Just on a practical sense, what would you do with it right away? And go ahead and drop it in the comments. If you know right away what you would do with $1,000, let us know. Would it be getting new tires? Would it be paying off some debt? Would it be, taking the family on a little mini vacation? So let's putting a down payment towards a house we're buying, new bikes, student debt. Yes. Buy more products to have on hand. For some reason, I saw buy more chickens in my mind. Buy more products, buying more superfoods, buying my daughter new clothes. Yes. Hang on, my scroll's not working. Family vacation, mini vacation, get my van ready to boondock. I don't know what that means, but sounds amazing. Pay bills and get my favorite body products and self-care, installing a greenhouse. Yeah. Make an investment. There we go. Investing some, get your money to work for you. Paying off credit card. Yeah. So keep them coming. And this is just so helpful because this is kind of what is our closest personal immediate why, right? Like, what would we do with that? Now imagine, and feel free to keep dropping them in, go on retreat. Love that. Now imagine that somebody's handed you $10,000. What would you do with $10,000 right away? You're given it free and clear, no strings attached, no taxes, kayaks. Yes. That's always on my list. Take my family to the beach. So obviously that's a mountain dweller. Paying off debt, fixing my car. Yeah, so these are really real things. And it's really important for us to feel what that feels like, to actually watch the needle move in our finances and watch these things happen, to feel what it will feel like when that happens and get behind that. They seem like they're maybe mundane or trivial or, mini, small, but this is actually so important that we know what it feels like. I remember at the beginning of my career seeing another industry top leader talking about how a huge part of her why is she wants to see every mom driving a safe, reliable car. And I was a mom not driving a safe, reliable car. And most of the moms I knew weren't. And that just really hit me. It sounds, especially if we're, sometimes some of us can struggle with getting behind that material. And that was my first hit of how important it is to get behind the material, because safe, reliable car saves lives. It saves time when you're stuck on the side of the road, et cetera, et cetera. It's very draining if you're always going to the mechanic. So $10,000 could buy a nice car, right? Like, let's get behind that. And so that really became for me. Yeah. So let's see all moms drive safe and dads drive safe, reliable cars. Okay. I heard a good one. Build a mobile sauna. Yeah. I love that. Okay. So now we're going to do $100,000. Somebody is literally handing you $100,000 in your credit union or bank account or whatever form makes the most sense for you. What are you doing with it right now? Moving to Hawaii. And maybe you're like, I have no idea. That's okay. Be honest with that and notice that there's a place to work with and journal and get into imagining. Okay. Start up the first healing house with cash and investors, purchase investment property, finish land development. Yes. So these are the bigger whys. These are the more long-term. And it's so important that we have the close immediate why and we have the long-term why, and then we stay connected to all of it. And we watch it as a pathway of stepping stones that leads to the life that we want to be creating. Home-based farm, school community, buy an RV, send money to my parents. There's so many possibilities. Yes. And I'm like, yes to all of these. All right. So now, and we'll just play with this and then I'll be done with this exercise. $1 million. What would you do if somebody handed you $1 million right now? And I remember when somebody first asked me this question and I had no idea what I wouldn't have ever thought of this, but it came to me immediately what I would do. And of course, at that time, that sounded like an illimitable amount of money. It sounded like all the money in the world. Meditate. You guys want to hear what I came up with? I'd be so relieved. Anyone? Set up a healing community. Land, yes. Invest and buy flip houses with a water source. Yep. Land. Yeah. So the one that came to me at that time was that I would create opportunities for everybody around the whole planet to inoculate the soil and the water with microorganisms and just clean up, just like a big cleanup. It'd probably take more than $1 million, but at that time, that was like the big thing I could conceive of: planetary cleanup with microorganisms. Just inoculate the planet. Everybody gets veggie eco plastic backpack sprayer of microorganisms as much as they want. Create investment for my kids, retire my parents, the big cleanup, clean water for those who need it. Okay, beautiful. So here we have the spectrum of our why, and it is so important to get into it, to get clear with it, journal it every day, feel what it feels like. And if you are the kind of person who always goes for the big why, focus on that really immediate why, the one that's often the closer one will bring you to tears, like what it would feel like to have that vehicle that doesn't break down all the time. That's really important and will fuel your business. And if you've got your closer why just dialed and you haven't been dreaming bigger, then your invitation is to play with the bigger ones. And like, well, what would you do when you're in overflow? How does that translate into helping others, family members, community, setting up systems within, the greater society that make more sense? So thank you all for participating in this exercise, and go ahead and write down for yourselves whatever part of your why is relevant now. I think the way that we frame it in our action plan is, well, Mary Beth has the action plan in front of her, so she's going to read it out. But, it's basically like, I am growing my business for, and really get into the verbiage of, I am creating this. This is the life I am building. I am opening a healing center and working towards that. So that's the invitation to journal your why. And I'm going to pass it over. Actually, is Rita, who wants to do action? Or do we want to do
Pass
action?
it to Carrie. Pass it to Carrie.
Carrie, you're up.
Hi. Sorry about that. You want me to share on just my points on
vision
accountability?
statement?
Sorry, repeat that.
I don't know. Mary Beth called you. So
Yeah, Carrie, share what you wanted to share on. That's perfect.
Okay. So for me, sorry for my crazy hair. It's had a wild day. So I think the most important thing in business is creating accountability for yourself and for your teammates, because it is, easy to be like, rah, rah, we're all at this diamond convention together and we're having a great time. We're excited. And then we get home and we're left to our own thoughts, our own habits, our own behaviors. And so you just make yourself successful by building a system that you can't break from. So something that we, like, if you're responsible only for yourself, that's not a good idea. I know it's not a good idea for me. Things will always get pushed to later when life happens, especially as us being moms and busy. So not only set something in stone in the calendar, but either if you've got a team that's growing, either do a weekly accountability container, like, Mary Beth has been doing, Christina, they did the Wednesday calls for a long time. We do ours on Mondays. So right after our health opportunity call, we move right into like 20-30 minutes of inspiration. And then we sit together and we prospect together and we ask questions together, and nothing new, but that's one thing, is make yourself accountable to be doing one of those, and then find an accountability partner. So find somebody maybe cross team, because I think cross team is better than somebody below you, because then sometimes it can feel like you're just like, well, how is your business going? It's like, no, you do the work too, right? We can often get in management mode and be checking on everybody else and not doing our own stuff. So I think a cross accountability partner, maybe somebody that's running for the same rank as you guys can keep pacing together, and just set a weekly or twice a week calendar date and keep it. And you meet on Zoom and you prospect together. So that would be my thing, is like, get somebody that you can get, that you feel good around and that you want to partner with. So that was my first one. Let me look at my second point. Was I don't remember what I said. Hold on. Okay, and then mindset. That's my other one. Mindset literally rules my life. If I didn't have constant mindset work happening, I think I would have quit so long ago in every way, shape, and form, because what I've accomplished in my life and what I've gone through and what everybody else has gone through, like the stories here are so powerful, right? And people are coming from chronic conditions. People are coming from poverty situations. People are coming from single momhood, like Mary, your story. Like we've all gone through so much. And if you can't get a hold of your mindset, like that's what's going to make or break your business. And in addition to that, I teach this, like there's duality in healing, right? So do the work yourself, because you cannot have a healthy mind if you have a toxic body. It's impossible. If your body is filled with parasites, toxins, you're eating dead animal, like too much dead food, and you're going to feel that same vibration, that same emotion. Like we are what we eat. So the mind and the body are connected. So take care of your body first so that you're a product of your product, and then take care of your mind state. So whatever that means for you, if it's having positive affirmations, I like to create declarations, which are not mantras. And that's just declaring something for your life, for your health, for your business, and repeating it daily. So remember that we can go to all the inspirational talks that we want. We can go see one of the best motivational speakers in the world and go home and say negative things to ourselves. And it's because on a physiological level, you don't believe you're great enough. You don't believe you're worthy enough. You don't believe you're capable. And what we have inside turns into what we have outside. The inner world always, always, always creates the outer world. I hated when I was told this in the beginning, because I was like, no way, like I'm working so hard, right? I had this like story of like how hard I worked and how things were so hard. And that was my programming. I was programmed in hustler mentality. I was programmed in lack. Like there's not enough. Nobody's doing the work. I'm doing all the work, right? Like these are things I said in the beginning of my business, right? So it took a lot of growth for me. It took a lot of like, oh wait, what's the one constant here? And it's Carrie. So really taking a good look of what you say to yourself, what you say to others, what the relationships around you are, like what is a theme that keeps repeating in your life. And if the one common denominator is you, just keeping it real. So this is like how we grow and how we change, is the power of mindset, the power of taking care of our body, and the power of positivity. And the best way to change your mindset is to access the analytical mind, to take time to quiet down, to create a new pattern. So every time you say something negative, catch yourself, refill that sentence with the complete opposite, and start speaking life over your body and your business. So words are powerful. Mindset is powerful. If you're not liking the outside, take a look on the inside.
Beautiful, Carrie. Thank you so much. That's the key, you guys. Mindset is the key. Rita, I'm gonna pass it off to you to see if you want to go into the next elements.
Okay, thanks, Mary. Thank you, Carrie. I love that. And it's so true. One thing that I've really adopted is expect good things to happen in life, because when you expect good things to happen in your day, it's so life-giving and fulfilling, and you do end up creating the most amazing day. So that's a really fun just declaration, if that aligns with you. And so I just want to go into rank declarations, because as Carrie was saying, like when you declare something, it's more likely that it's going to happen. And when we declare something in written word, it's 42% more likely that it's going to happen. So seeing it, feeling it, believing it, that's all part of this action plan that we're doing and that Mary's going to take us through. And the rank declaration is you declaring the rank that either you currently are, if you want to re-rank, or the rank above or double rank, whatever your vision is, declaring that rank so that you have that accountability to yourself and to your team, and your mentors will see that and they'll be able to support you in that goal. So it's really helpful for everyone to declare that rank. Yeah, it really takes 1 minute, and the company is just so generous. Dave and Amy are so generous. They're giving us 100,000 free points that are split up collectively. So that can help you towards your next rank. It's really amazing. And they're also giving away free cash prizes. So $3,000 in cash prizes. One person will be randomly selected to win $1,000. 2 people will be randomly selected to win $500. And 5 people will be randomly selected to win $200. So these rank declarations is just the company rewarding you for what you already want to be doing, for habits that are going to support you in your own personal success and your team success. So that's the importance of the rank declaration. And I think we already have that. Yep, Mary already put it in the chat. So go ahead, click on there. It takes a minute. And if you need any help figuring out your next rank and where you want to go, connect in with your mentors. And we are so here to help you come up with a plan, come up with a map, and the next best step for you based on your vision. So that's all I wanted to share about.
Beautiful. Thank you, Rita. And you guys, these points really add up. I think last month we got like an extra 30,000 points just in rank declarations from the previous month. So as you're growing your team, this is a key step of duplication so that you guys can continue. Everybody can benefit from everybody moving forward and declaring what it is that they're creating. And talk about being given $1,000 out of the blue, just like that, for declaring your rank. So I know Laura Gooch is on this call, won the 500 last month, and it's really amazing. So okay, those are the steps. The first step is to really get into your why. Why are you doing this business in the immediate and in the long term? So you can really embody that feeling. The second step, like Carrie was saying, is to get into that mindset work so that you can really start to build that belief that you are capable of achieving those dreams, those short-term goals and those long-term goals. And then finding the accountability to keep yourself consistent and persistent and dedicated, because sometimes we fall off the wagon and we need someone to support us. So why, accountability, mindset. Third step is declaring it, like Rita said. So you're going to go find that link, take the minute, declare your next rank. You can, even if you hit the rank that your highest rank achieved and you declare something higher, you'll still get points for that. And, you know, I've been declaring 3-star crown for almost a year, but it's going to happen. But because I keep declaring it, I keep building momentum there. So those are the first steps that we've gone over. And now we're going to get into a little bit of the nitty gritty of the action plan, which our company has created for us to every month sit down and get our action plan in front of us so that we have a roadmap for what it is we're hoping to achieve throughout this month and how we're actually going to get there. So I'm going to drop this link in the chat because you can find the link to the action plan in there. And then I'm also going to screen record the action plan in case some of you haven't seen it. So let me get my screen, give me a thumbs up that you can see it. And we're actually going to take a few minutes. I'm going to go through it briefly, go through the vision plan, and then we're going to take the rest of the time of this call to actually do this and get this done today. So we have the whole month to act on it. So as you see here, it says the month, you're going to declare, you know, how many new brand partners do you see yourself getting this month? How many new customers? What's your UBT goal? We have this amazing UBT accelerator program where if you get 6 UBT in a month, you get 100 extra points. If you get 10, what is it like? Or you get $100 extra dollars. If you get 10, you get like $200 and so forth and so on. So what's your UBT goal? Do you have a mini marathon goal? Do you have a goal? Like maybe you'll do a mini marathon a week. Maybe you'll do one every other week where you sit down and you actually call 30 to 40 people in a short window of time and get into massive action. Do you have a K Club goal? For those of you that are new to this business, K Club just means for every $1,000 of sales that you the company gives you an extra $50 bonus. So you'll hear, you know, in our celebrations, you heard some people saying, whoa, Carrie hit 10K club. I mean, she got $50 bonus for each one of those, 10 times 50, right? So that can be pretty substantial. And then the number of personally enrolled Fast Start earners. If you enroll brand partners, how many people are you committed to seeing them get to Fast Start consultant, Fast Start director? Jen just helped someone double rank to Fast Start executive. And if you have old brand partners who are in their Fast Start window, and you know, maybe they're in their last month of Fast Start executive, are you committed to helping them grow into that, to see that? So declare it, write it down, get really clear who the people are that you're working with this month. And then this is the same, you're going to declare your paid title again. So are you trying to re-rank? Are you trying to up rank? Are you trying to double rank? Put it down. And then what is your monthly income goal? And we have an amazing compensation plan in the boards app. So if you go to the Purium boards app and I don't know exactly what tab it's in, but we have the compensation plan in there. And if you actually want to see like, oh, I want to make $5,000 this month, you can go in and you can see, well, what rank do I need to be to make that $5,000? That's how I started my business, was kind of working backwards. So, be realistic with what your monthly income goal is and what your rank is that you're trying to achieve. And then also, you can add in those UBT bonuses, you can add in those K Club bonuses, and all that can add up to your monthly income goal. So we'll do that. It's going to have you go in a little bit more to your why, just declaring your why, and then making your lists. 20 potential brand partners that you're committed to reaching out to and starting a conversation with this month, at least 20 new customers. And my biggest advice on this piece is don't prejudge. If someone comes to mind, just write them down. Pray. Who is praying for this solution? Who is out there that really needs to get healthy, that is just waiting for me to talk to them? Who are these people that are ready for what I have? Names come to mind, write them down. And those are going to be that's going to be your strategic list that you start working with from day one, starting tomorrow, today, of who you're reaching out to. So we'll get into that. Drop a 1 in the chat if this is all making sense. Pretty self-explanatory, I think. And then the second page is just kind of, your social media. What are you committing to? Are you committing to doing lives? Connect with your top list of 30. You can check off which ones that you're committing to this month. And then if you need to kind of refine either your business story and or your health story, this is a section where you can do that so that you have something that is really solidified for launch calls, as well as when you're just talking to people about why you've decided to do this business. So that's your roadmap for the month. And we're going to work on those in just a minute. And then the second part of this is the vision plan. So let me get the vision plan up. Right after you do your action plan, the next step, that you don't have to do this, but many of us who have had success in this business and had that clarity of our roadmap for the month kind of follow this recipe. It's our first in the month recipe. And this document is here for you all. I dropped it in the chat so you can access it. So you can go down here. Once you get your action plan done, you're going to go to either of our Facebook support pages, Carrie's Regenerative Health Facebook business support. And then for the rest of us, it's the superfood.social. And you're actually going to post a picture of your action plan so that you can see it, so that your upline can see it. You're going to tag your team. You're going to tag your uplines. You're going to tag your accountability partners to show them, hey, this is my action plan. These are the steps I'm taking. I may or may not hit all of them, but these are my goals. And you can post that not only for yourself, but for others. Because like Rita said, when we post that, when we declare it, we're more likely to achieve it. So you do your picture of your first of the month order. Here's if you need to download the action plan. In that post, you're going to say, I have declared whatever rank that you declared on rank declaration day. And then if you want to get more into the imagining process, you can follow these steps to create a little vision statement for yourself for this month. And again, this is going to be in the chat so that you can reference it for your own self. But basically there's steps 1 through 5 where it's like, I, Mary Beth Fleming, am so happy and grateful now that I've achieved 3-star crown by June 30th, 2022. I have 300,000 plus points per day or in total, and 10,000 points per day, and so legs, whatever it is for you. And then you're going to write, my key players are so-and-so. They're going to hit, I'm going to support them and help them achieve that fast start executive bonus. So-and-so, I'm going to help them, hit fast start consultant. Maybe you put the names of, you don't know the new brand partners that are coming in, but you can say, I'm also calling in 3 really excited brand partners that I'm going to support through the fast start director rank. So you want to be able to see who your key players are and who is going to help you achieve your own goal as well. And then the third step is your action steps. So you can literally take those pieces from your action plan. Are you going to do mini marathons? Are you going to hit UBT? Are you going to do little action parties with your team to get work done? Are you going to do so many connect calls a day? Like whatever your action steps are, write them out so that your upline can see those and support you in those. Number 4, I think, is maybe the most important step. What are you going to give up to get there? We all have to make short-term sacrifices for big-term gain, right? So it's not necessarily that this is something you're giving up forever, but just for this month, in order to really reach this goal that you want. Maybe it's 30 minutes of your Netflix every night. Maybe you're going to trade that with doing some prospecting, or maybe you're going to take 10 more minutes in the morning to do more self-care, or whatever it is. Like, what are you giving up for the short term so that you can achieve this goal and have that longer term vision come to fruition? And then the last one is your why. I know we've already written out the why, but I say this often to my team. You know, one of my tips that I will give you for success here is writing your why daily. And if not writing it, at least thinking about it daily. There has not been a day that has passed in the last 3.5 years where I haven't connected with my why on a daily basis, because that is my navigator. That is what keeps me centered. That is what keeps me in my heart. That is what keeps me in gratitude. And that is what keeps me thinking about the bigger term, a bigger vision of what we're doing here. So those are all the steps. So you can write those 1 through 5 in your post. You can maybe do some pretty pictures, Christina, if you want to elaborate on this. But this is a really powerful step to take the first or the second day of the month to just show, you know, this is my declaration. This is why. These are my steps. And, you know, thank you, team, for supporting me. And then your accountability buddy is going to be inspired by that. And, you know, be able to check in on you and say, hey, did you do that action step I saw you post? You know, because I didn't do mine. Want to work together or whatever. So that's the routine. We're going to get into like a work party to actually work on that. But I want to leave it open for a minute to see if Rita or Carrie or Christina want to elaborate on anything. And yeah, we'll go from there.
I will chime in. That was amazing. Such a great download. And I just wanted to add this piece that came to me yesterday to bring back a tradition that we've gone in and out of. That's really fun, is to really put visuals to your why when you create your action plan post, wherever your team posts it, but also use it as social media content. Share it. We're always sharing our why to attract business partners into what we're doing. So maybe it's pictures that you have that you just want to have more of in your life, but maybe it isn't something you've achieved yet. And you're going to grab pictures from the internet of those dream travels, or that dream house, or that dream bathtub, or that dream car, or, you know, that dream affordable housing in your community, or whatever it is. Just really getting visuals can be a very, you know, like Mary Beth was saying, a way to really keep it strongly connected to our hearts and our daily presence as an exercise that we're committing to being present with throughout the entire month. So I invite anybody to have fun with doing like a digital collage with this post that we're all working on now.
Carrie, are you jumping off? I can't tell if you're.
Oh, sure, I can. I just am enjoying listening. I was just gonna say, just don't give up on yourself so easily, right? Like, think about, what would you tell somebody else that was about to give up on their goals or give up on their dream? How would you talk to somebody else that had this vision and they just were ready to quit? And kind of embrace that every day. Like, don't give up so easy, right? Sometimes we are ready to throw in the towel because we didn't hit fast start executive in our first or second month. And, you know, this business can just be like a slow, steady grow. Like, I have so many people on my team that, you know, ranked consultant or director that are now like executive diamond. You know, Carrie Tidwell is an amazing example of toggling back and then blowing it out of the water, right? So things take time. Just stay consistent, stay committed, and don't give up on yourself.
Beautiful. Well, it looks like Rita's off camera. So thank you all for coming. Please drop a 1 in the chat if you found this helpful. It's fun for us crowns to come together and try to create this space of inspiration for you all and just really start the month off together in our action planning, in our visioning. And so we can leave this open, the Zoom open. And so if you're new and you have questions, type them in the chat. We're going to kind of keep it a quiet space so everybody can work on their action plans and their vision statements. But yeah, feel free to drop questions. If you're brand new, you're like, I don't know what a rank declaration is, whatever, we can support you. And maybe drop a 10 in the chat if you're looking for an accountability buddy. And then someone else, you can see who else drops a 10. You could even drop the rank that you're going for, and then try to find an accountability that's going for that similar rank this month so that you can work together and see if that works and meet some new friends. So, all right, y'all, let's get to action. Thank you, Carrie. Thank you, Christina and Rita. And thank you all for showing up.